Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Get in the Garage.
We're a music podcast.
For music lovers. Today, we do not have Jeff. Instead, we have Elmo and Cookie Monster in Jeff's place. Jeff is at a family event up in the top of New England this week. So
he's actually out of town.
He is actually out of town. Yeah, he is in Maine, and they're having a good time up there. So safe travels to Jeffrey, and
hope you eat a lobster. Have fun.
Oh yeah, Maine lobster.
Pretty good.
Nothing like it. Anyway, we have a great show planned for you today. But as always, before we do, please remember to like and comment and subscribe. Hit all those buttons and even notifications too, so you get our episodes every single week, because we do episodes every single week with new album reviews and all kinds of good stuff. So yes, please do all of that and share with
someone who likes to cook.
A chef.
A chef, if you would like to share with a chef. I just am anybody who likes to cook as a hobby, a passion. You know,
I heard a saying that a cook cooks, but a chef creates.
Okay.
So all cooks.
All right, Marco Pierre.
If we're just derailing real fast, I saw that horror movie with Voldemort about cooking that I can't remember the name of, but it was pretty fun.
Check out that movie we can't remember the name of.
It was pretty interesting.
With Voldemort cooking. I'm sure if you just search that, you'll find it. Anyway, fun show planned. Luke, what is going on this week? Because it's been a week to remember.
It's been definitely that. So the Grammys happened this week, and we are going to give you a full Grammy rundown on the podcast. We are going to have music news like we always have. We're going to stay informed, and then we are going to review the queen of country music at some point, I guess, Shania Twain, and this is her second comeback album. The album is Queen of Me. We are going to talk about it. We are going to review the album, and that will be in our second half. Alex, roll that theme song. This is Get in the Garage.
Get in the Garage.
The best music podcast ever made.
Ever made. Should get a sound bit of the garage door open.
I think I can add that in. Like right after you say it.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. If you're seeing it,
we've already heard it. It's happened.
Oh. Okay.
It's happened. It's gone.
Right. It's already happened.
Oh, wait. No. I mean, the theme song's playing right now. So
yes.
It'll be... Well, that you just did it,
so we're gonna have to figure that out.
It'll happen.
We'll clean it up in post. In detail. This is music news.
This is music news. All right, so we have been covering these spats as long as we've been a podcast, and we will continue to do so because they are ridiculous, and this band should have been playing for the past 20 years.
I know.
I'm talking about Pink Floyd. They are spatting once more. Roger Waters addressed the UN and said whatever he said about some politics,
yes, it gets very political.
We're not going to get into the nitty-gritty because we don't care on this podcast. We care about rock and roll music. So Polly Sampson, the Pink Floyd...
David Gilmour's wife,
or the Pink Floyd songwriter, as some outlets
Pink
are.
Floyd songwriter, yeah.
Which is a real stab at Roger Waters in a lot of ways.
They did him dirty with that one, didn't they?
They did. A lot of outlets are reporting it this way.
Yeah.
So Roger Waters' wife and Pink Floyd lyricist Polly Sampson is rowing with Roger Waters, and over Twitter they are having arguments over the band's website.
I can give you the quote or the Twitter.
Please give us some of the beef.
So she said, sadly at Roger Waters, you are anti-Semitic to your rotten core, also a Putin apologist and a lying, thieving, hypocritical, tax-avoiding, lip-syncing, misogynist, sick with envy, megalomaniac. Enough with your nonsense. To which David Gilmour sort of wrote like a little rebuttal thing or response to it and just said, every word demonstrably true. So, it's just like onward goes the Pink Floyd drama, and these two can't get it together. Nick Mason's just kind of hanging out, probably driving in one of his expensive Ferraris.
He plays in a great Pink Floyd band that plays early Pink Floyd music called, I think it's called Sauce Full of Secrets, or, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go.
That's very exciting, and he's having a great time not being involved in any of this.
Yeah,
and they
seem clear.
Yeah, they seem to be having a horrible time and be having no fun. I will say to this, tear down the wall.
Yeah.
So
Jeez. Yeah, and we're not going to get too into the weeds about what Roger Waters has been saying, but we also at one point we have talked about it loosely a little bit with the Putin thing and the Russia-Ukraine conflict and his opinions about all of that stuff, and that's really what Dolly, or not Dolly, why do I keep saying Dolly? What's her name? Polly, thank you.
You're close.
Really is what she's calling out. Roger Waters, actually, Roger Waters did have a rebuttal, and instead of actually writing it in a tweet, it's just a picture of him like smiling behind a microphone, and it says, Roger Waters is aware of the incendiary and wildly inaccurate comments made about him on Twitter by Polly Sampson, which he refutes entirely. He is currently taking advice to his position. So it's interesting that Roger Waters would post that and then refer to himself in the third person. I think that is just reinforcing the fact that he is a self-centered megalomaniac.
They all seem like self-centered
They're
megalomaniacs.
all just great,
Here's the thing.
Just like,
it's
come
just
on,
like
man.
Pink Floyd's like a cool band, but it's like why is it like Pink Floyd like Pink
I
Floyd
know,
did their
I know.
politics
Listen.
best when they were talking human to human.
Did you never just like take a card out of the deck of Led Zeppelin where it's just like Jimmy Page and Robert Plant, like they just don't fuck with each other anymore, and they're just like, just do your own things, whatever. People ask about Led Zeppelin, stuff like that, and they're like, maybe not, probably not, who cares, whatever.
Yeah.
With all this, it's like enough is enough. Roger Waters, just like play bass, man, and just relax.
Hug each other, make up. It's us. It's not us and them, guys.
It's not us and them. Strangers walking in the street.
That
By chance, this two separate glances meet. I am you, and what I see is me. Moving on.
Matthew McConaughey is Elvis.
He's Elvis, baby. Yeah, I don't understand this at all. Apparently, there's a Netflix show that's going to be coming out in March. I think they said the release date was, where the Texan himself, Matthew McConaughey, will be voicing Elvis. It takes place later in Elvis's life and career when he was a secret agent. So that should be really fun.
Man, take that picture up right behind you. My lovely significant other bought me this picture because I love this photo so much. This is Richard Nixon.
We can put it in
actually making Elvis a drug enforcement agent. That was real. He was at the White House.
I think, was he on drugs in that picture?
Oh
yeah, that's right. That's
lordy.
Listen, you got to be one to know where they are and who they are.
You got to be the enforcer.
You have to enforce it.
Yourself.
He just takes the drugs for himself is what he does. He's like, I'll be the sacrificial lamb.
But did you see?
I guess I'll take all this speed.
Did you see the picture? Oh my gosh!
Sorry.
Did you see the Elvis
We love
picture?
Elvis.
The animated Elvis. It was pretty cool, pretty fun looking.
It's very a la what's that show? Come on.
Are you gonna like Johnny Quest? Is it like
No, not Johnny Quest. It's the guy who's involved with it as well. Hold on a second. I'll pull it up in just a moment.
Give me
here.
the straight facts here. I would like to watch an animated Elvis cartoon.
Oh,
starring
Archer,
Matthew McConaughey.
yeah. Archer
Okay.
writer Mike Arnold is involved in this series. And it has sort of an Archer-esque sort of feel to it.
So it should be fun and
It should
action.
be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun, especially with Matthew McConaughey as Elvis. It's like, what's not to love about that?
We might watch it, and we might tell you if we liked it or hated it.
Oh, yeah, we should cover it.
So
Better
talk
than
about that.
the previous Elvis thing we watched and reviewed.
we hope we like it much more than the other Elvis
The Elvis
thing.
biopic.
The Elvis
on
biopic
HBO.
we reviewed. I will put a bump up there. I will tell you how bad it is in that episode.
Check it out. It's really terrible. Moving on.
Moving on. Steve Albini, the famous Nirvana producer. He produced In Utero, their third record. He was also in the band Big Black, legendary band, great artist, great producer. Really hating on the Dan this week. This week, Steve Albini decided that it was his prerogative to go to Twitter and to just really put down like a full-on hate shitfest on Steely Dan, where in several tweets he goes into diatribe about why and in detail.
Shall I deliver it to you?
Yeah, why he hates the Dan as they are. Please give us the detail.
All right. He wrote, quote, "They spent 3 weeks on the guitar solo, ... 3 weeks of watching guitar players give it their all while doing bumps and hitting the talkback. More Egyptian, but keep it in the pocket. Look at yourselves, calling them the Dan. Go trim your beard. Two types of perfectionists. One will prepare, revise, and rehearse carefully with intent, honing an idea to a keen edge, ready to cut the cloth of execution. The other The other makes other people responsible by saying, quote, do it again until by chance they are satisfied, then take the credit. There's some video where they talk about every song on an album, and each one begins with the not bald one saying, quote, this song is based on my deep love of the blues, just a very bluesy blues, deep blues. Then lays his jazz dork hands on the fucking electric piano. Music made for the sole purpose of letting the wedding band stretch out a little. All you, quote, I used to hate them people, pleading their case like it's a natural infirmity. I need readers now, take pills for my prostate, get winded on the stairs, and oh, I like that cocaine shit music now, not just Boz Scaggs either. I kind of like Boz Scaggs, though. So, you know, he goes pretty hard on the Dan.
He does. Boz Scaggs, rock on.
Yeah, rock on, Boz Scaggs.
You know, Boz Scaggs is that Dirty Lowdown, right? I believe so. Rock on,
Rock
Boz
on,
Scaggs.
Boz.
So, I'm gonna go into this first of all saying it is funny, like his like hatred of it. Like he says funny things about like the recording process and all that stuff, and like who they were as a band. Like all that stuff is really funny. Like when he's like, when they take a bump and say like,
more Egyptian just in the pocket.
That's funny. Oh, I don't care who you are. I'm a big,
it's pretty funny,
and I'm a really big Steely Dan fan.
You know,
the I'm alternative and I hate corporate music, man, because I'm alternative and like music's about, it's like get bent, man. At this point I feel like if you're not, we're like so far past that. Like it's so, I feel like that's so regressive thinking. I feel like take what you like and leave the rest, and like you can like have fun and be like, man, I hate Steely Dan because like I'm not into that kind of music where like, but you don't have to like, you know, like go
well and like hyper criticize and stuff like that. Look, man, some of that stuff probably happened, sure.
Oh
okay.
my god, like all
but
of it.
To quote Rick James, cocaine is a hell of a drug, man. And these dudes were just like hopped up on cocaine the whole time. I'm sure there was debauchery all over the like. But
this is not what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. What this is, if you don't like a type of music to begin with, don't be critical. Like it's hard to be critical of the music. It's like I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
it's like if you're not even like remotely interested in that music, and then to be like, I'm gonna be hypercritical of this music seems weird to me from a point of view of a music lover.
Yeah.
So
I mean, maybe it was just like a fit of rage in the sense that like, because Steely Dan people love Steely Dan.
And it's on the comeback. It's, you know,
it's on the and it's like that whole thing. So, but also I'm just trying. What I think my opinion of this whole thing is, because I'm not a huge Steely Dan guy either. Like fine, and Steve Albini, whatever. Is just, it's like, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Who the fuck cares if you don't like Steely Dan?
Yeah,
like,
nobody cares. Also, as a music fan, I'm just gonna say this. I think a lot of people are admitting they like Steely Dan now because in their current culture, they can finally admit that they like things without being like shamed and bullied into being like, no, you should like this kind of music instead. So that's what it feels like to me, is like, you should like this instead. And it's funny, but you know, who cares? So moving on, Matt Healy of the 1975 has major beef with Oasis for some reason in a podcast, which I think I can play a clip of, and if I can, I will. It'll be right here. And he goes into like how he's talking about Oasis and how the brothers are fighting and how they could be like the biggest band in the world and how they still kind of like are like the biggest rock band in the world, and how they should stop dressing like they're 20 years old and stop fighting. And what was the word used?
Marding.
Marding.
Nobody knows what this word means. We have concluded that it means some sort of conflict.
I thought they were marring. But maybe marring's not a word either after we looked that up before we went on.
It's a descriptive word that means like the person had no marring on their face despite their age.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
Marding?
Marding. You know, I'm sure it's some sort of...
M-A-R-D-I-N-G,
Yeah, I don't know.
correct?
I think it's some sort of slang that nobody knows what the hell it means.
But
if you take it in context... That means like feuding or something. That's what I would at least assume it means. Anyway.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was funny, and it's, you know, that's the whole thing. And realistically...
do you want Oasis to get back together? Oh, he also takes a dig at the High Flying Birds project, which is also funny,
Yeah.
and then leaves Liam Gallagher's solo career alone. So he's like, nobody's going to the High Flying Birds, and like
Yeah.
is like, oh, I wish this wasn't Oasis.
I mean, look, I don't really give a shit if Oasis gets together or not. Be
Me
Here
either.
Now is a catastrophe, so like I don't really care. But
Making-
which we reviewed, by the way. Be
Yeah,
Here
I
Now.
think it's because we're American.
Yeah, maybe that. I mean, listen, man, I'm into it. Wonderwall, like right on. There were some songs. There were some songs that were like Champagne Supernova and stuff. Like, yeah, man, they're a big good band.
Okay,
Whether or not, I'd
let-
rather Pink Floyd gets together. If you want to question that, talk about feuding.
Okay. Well, the first two Oasis albums are great, but that's just,
I'm not shitting on Oasis. I'm just saying I don't care about whether or not they get back together or not. I think that they're idiots from a business standpoint because everything's coming back right now. So if they wanted to be smart businessmen, they'd be like, "Hey, man, I know we're fighting and shit, but like, let's go milk this cash cow."
Yeah,
because
they're-
like that's that. There you go, man. Get your second wind, your second act. You have a chance to do it all over again as like a new reformed thing, and
Yeah.
heal some wounds and stuff. Brothers shouldn't fight anyway. There's a bigger thing, but love you, Alex.
A lot of fighting in our music news this
A
week.
lot of fighting, a lot of feuding, but let's usher into the next segment because
Let's
this is kind
usher
of
into the next
that,
segment.
this has been music news.
This has been the music news.
Something newsworthy to sort of usher it in. Actually, no, fuck it. We'll just cover it when it comes up. The Grammys were this week.
The Grammys.
The Grammys, 2023 Grammys. There was some high highs and some awkward lows, full of excitement and stuff. What did you say, Luke? What is it referred to as?
The Grammys?
Yeah, what is like the biggest?
Oh,
night
music's
of the
biggest night.
year? Music's biggest night.
I
Thank
think
you.
it's music's biggest night. It was the 65th annual Grammy Awards, and all of music stars got out to celebrate. They dressed up in their fanciest clothes.
Yes,
And
good clothing this year.
Yep, and they tried to make like a stuffy event kind of fun and eventful, and everybody was there. Beyonce was there.
Yeah.
Harry Styles was there. Alex, if you could, please pull up some of the male best outfits real fast so we can look at them. Nile Rodgers was dressed very nicely. I sent you a link. This is it.
Oh, here we go. All
Right,
right.
and,
So starting off,
I'm gonna pull some of these images up. We have Mick
Fleetwood.
dressed very nicely here.
him looking so dapper.
Yep, we had Machine Gun Kelly.
looking like
He
a
looks good.
space age psychopath.
Yes,
he
and
matched directly.
yes, he matched his counterpart of what is
that
her name?
suit? That suit's made of angel
Fox.
skin.
Megan Fox. Thank you. It's made of angel skin.
That's what he said.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, Angel
Correct.
Skin.
Oh, our favorite band.
Yes, Mona Skin. Look at them. They are in a beige ensemble together. They all look
They are
wonderful.
Looking good and muted.
Yes, I wanted to show that so we could bring that up.
Harry Styles for the
King
win.
of the
Though. Look at that
jumpsuits.
thing.
King of the jumpsuit.
God.
No T-shirt here,
No
which
t-shirt.
was an interesting choice.
Bringing the Bowie energy, keeping the Bowie energy at the Grammys
The
this year.
biceps.
I like the pointy shoes.
Oh, they're so good.
Um,
oh yeah, baby.
Nile Rodgers
Look at
was
that.
my favorite outfit of the
Looking
evening.
like a green popsicle.
Oh, he really does. He looks beautiful. I
He
really
does look
love
beautiful.
it. Nile Rodgers, gorgeous. Pusha T in all in black here.
Classy.
Yep. Who else we have?
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
Wearing gloves.
Wearing gloves,
Like a professional driver.
right? And I would
you
also
go.
like to bring up Sam Smith's outfit, which
Oh,
was the red ensemble, and there was a whole
right.
crew that was with them that was like wonderful. Anderson
Anderson
Paak,
Paak looking like a 70s couch.
Pharrell Williams look cool.
Keeping it cool. There
Right.
we go.
And then if you could, Alex, bring up just one of the other ones so we can see what some of the women walk down the red carpet in, just so we can see real fast so we can keep it equal. I just didn't really want to like lead off and be like, here's us critiquing women. I just wanted to show everybody what they were wearing because some of
No.
the outfits are really fun.
Hold on, I lost my cursor.
Oh,
There she is.
Alex.
No, it's right there. I see it.
I got it. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Am I at the bottom? I'm
Yeah.
at the bottom. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Technical difficulties here
Technical
at Get in the Garage.
difficulties.
It's all right.
We have
Whoa.
Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Look
right,
at her.
in
Looking like
these.
a flower bed.
Yes. I really like this look.
Looks
Very
good.
cool.
Petunias.
Petunias.
Were they?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a
I don't
florist.
know. I'm not
Doja
a-
Cat.
Doja Cat in this all black like
Yeah.
Leather S&M looking.
thing.
Yeah, my eyes are not working.
Cool.
Yeah. Wear your glasses.
I know.
Gotta wear your glasses. This was
Trevor Noah. What
Trevor
are you
Noah
doing?
in all
Noah.
white. He was just the
What does it
host.
say? I believe he's dressed in Gucci.
Oh.
Ooh, fancy,
Did it say
fancy.
it? I believe
See.
it does say.
Yeah, I can't see from here.
Oh yeah, Trevor Noah and
Yes,
Gucci.
in
Look at that.
Gucci.
Is this your favorite look? Who is this?
I
Not
don't
sure.
maybe know who this is. Her.
Her. It's her.
It's her.
All right. Let's keep
So-
it going.
Keep going, Alex.
Oh, too far.
Okay,
too far.
There we go.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Harry
keep going. We got
Styles again.
hairstyles again.
Not sure.
I don't know who this is.
I'm not sure who that is.
Keep going, Alex.
Oh, that's hold on, go back up. That's read her name, Alex, for me, because I can't
Only
see.
You can see.
Oh, what is
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis, the ERGOT winner.
Yes.
Yeah,
EGOT.
ERGOT's a root.
EGOT.
What are you gonna do?
Yes, that was
Anyway,
exciting.
there was some good fashion.
Yes.
Oh,
and,
Shania Twain.
and Beyonce was late to the
Beyonce
event,
was late. She got
and so
caught
that
short.
is why there
Hour
was
late.
no red carpet photo. So that was also of note.
Yeah.
Check out Cardi B.
Oh, Cardi
Yes,
B.
Cardi B was another outfit I wanted
Look
to
at
bring
that.
up.
That is, I mean,
Shout out
that
to Cardi
is-
B in the fight.
That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Oh, this
yeah,
one
she
had
got
some-
into like a backstage fight too.
Yes, and here is
Yeah, Kim
Petras.
Petras and Sam Smith.
yes,
Yeah, the whole group of them.
yes, they are all in red and look wonderful.
Look at Sam Smith though. That's
yeah,
That's a
they
fit.
look awesome.
that is a fit.
They do
at
look
that.
awesome.
Love this.
Awesome.
Love this. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was just a lot of great outfits and a lot of
Oh,
fun.
real quick, Adele too.
Adele.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Adele's.
the
I-
diamond ring on
I
her
love
hand?
Adele. Yeah, you see that rock
Oh
on her
yeah,
hand?
and
Yep.
it's like, is she married?
Is she
Maybe I
married?
don't
Is
know.
she-
And
yeah.
the big fluffy florals
Yeah,
were
I love
cool.
that. I love.
Oh,
puffy,
and Taylor
puffy
Swift?
shoulders.
In the purple, is that purple? You would say?
Blue.
Yeah, some rhinestones.
Blue
Somebody
rhinestones?
bedazzled her dress.
She
That's
gave
very nice.
everybody a standing ovation.
And she danced a lot.
She did
Oh,
dance a lot too. She was having a good time. She
Yeah.
was vibing.
So let's get into the winners and
Yeah.
losers of the night. Alex, if you could run down some of the categories that we care the most about.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is
Yeah.
Grammy Coverage winners.
Hi, I'm down here at Get in the Garage, and we are. It is a night of stars. I was trying to do I'm on the red carpet.
That's the I Love Lucy thing.
So so we'll start off. Record of the year. This was a big controversial one. Went to-
Well, album of the year, because record of the year.
I'm starting with record of the year first.
We're starting with record of the year. Album of the year was the big controversy.
Oh, record of the year was also controversial.
Oh,
'cause
yes, you are
that went
correct.
against Beyonce.
Give it to us, Alex.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So hit us with it. Hit
Maybe
us
listen
with it.
to me next time. Don't gaslight me.
I'm just Jesus. All right.
This one to Lizzo. It was About Damn Time.
Yes.
Was a big record. Was really good, and it
Yeah.
did go head to head against Beyonce. So that was tough, and it also went head to head against Adele, Doja Cat, Steve Lacy, Kendrick, and Harry Styles. So
Yeah.
it was in contention versus
Big
a lot
category.
of things.
Big category.
So,
Yeah.
Lizzo. Pretty. I'm gonna say about this. Like Lizzo had a big album, a big year. It was like the
Yeah.
follow up. It did really well. We reviewed it on the podcast, so it was cool to see.
What
Like
was
a
the quote with the glass or the like old flute? Or
Oh.
recorder or
Oh, she
something?
played James Madison's crystal flute. She
Yeah.
said, "History is freaking cool, you guys."
History is freaking cool, you guys.
I remembered that.
Lizzo and the Magic Flute.
Album
Oh,
of the
it's
year,
still-
also
that's good.
controversial. Went
Very
to Harry's
controversial.
House, Harry Styles.
Harry's
Phenomenal
House.
album.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a big controversy where people thought that Beyonce should have won Album of the Year.
Yep.
She had one of the best albums of all time. Harry's House, also a great album. I'm gonna say to this. Did Beyonce probably have the better? Beyonce had the better artistic album, like the one that's more artistically fruitful in the long run. I definitely agree with that sentiment. If we're gonna go like album of the year, populist, I feel like Harry Styles kind of had the moment last year where he like blew up in like a big way. And everybody from like 13-year-olds to 55-year-old men were really like, I like Harry Styles, which was interesting in a pop format
Yeah.
in that way. I feel like a lot of people bought into him. So I think he had the most populous record of
Yeah.
the year, not the best record of the year. I think Beyonce's was, but
Yeah.
rarely do the things that are most artistically fruitful. Those things rarely get appreciated fully in their time and in
Yep.
their moment. And I think there are so many so many examples of this. But I'm happy for Harry Styles that he won. He was very lackluster in his or not lackluster in his kind of, but he was very downplayed in his acceptance speech, and it seemed like he was very lackluster, I will say, in his performance
Yeah.
of As It Were, which seemed like a little bit like, not
As it
so.
was.
He seemed tired.
Yeah.
He seemed embarrassed.
I will say that album was
Seemed
played
embarrassed.
everywhere, though.
Mm-hmm.
For reference, I went to Canada on a moose trip in the middle of nowhere to a town of less than 1,000 people, I believe, or maybe right around 1,000 people, and it was playing in a truck stop.
It was very ubiquitous, very populous.
In a French town.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we.
So that was the controversy.
Moving on.
Are you with Harry Styles? Do you maybe agree with what I said?
Let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Comment that up, guys.
Song of the Year went to...
talk about an upset.
It's Just Like That by Bonnie
Raitt.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was...
I love this. This explains this moment perfectly. Alex going, Bonnie Raitt. It's
looked like an
so funny to me because this explains this moment perfectly.
Who the hell is Bonnie Raitt?
Exactly. So in this category, we had Lizzo.
Yep.
And
I think Adele.
Yes, Beyonce was in this. So there was a lot of people
Harry
up.
Styles?
Yes, were up for this award, and Bonnie Raitt took it home, which I think they literally took Song of the Year of like who wrote the best song of the year. People say like maybe some of the older Grammy voters were like, I recognize her and voted her. Awesome for Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah, big congratulations. She was just as shocked as I think everybody else was.
Yes, her face, I'll throw it right here. Her very shocked face. We'll show it to you guys. So that was cool, but also like a big like upset in a lot of like, younger people ways. Like, and people were like, who is Bonnie Raitt? Half the population, which was very funny and a cultural moment, and I like that. So good for Bonnie Raitt, and also like who major upset in the same time. So
yeah.
Moving on, Best New Artist went to Samara Joy,
who was I believe a jazz artist that I have not really listened to, but
Same here.
In that category was Domi and JD Beck, who we reviewed their album. They were up, and Mona Skin were up for an award in that category as well, and they sadly lost. And Wet Leg were also up
Wet
in
Leg
that
too,
category.
yeah.
So a lot of bands that we've talked about all year, and thought that was interesting, really cool. And that was a upset. Oh, thank you for this a little sample of that. I enjoyed that.
Warm
Alex.
in December, our most popular song.
Yeah.
Very cool. Moving on.
Now we're getting into some pop stuff.
Pop category.
Best pop solo performance went to Adele. With
Adele?
Easy on Me.
Hitting the pop.
Yes. Adele. I'm not a super big Adele fan.
I love Adele's energy.
I will agree.
I would like to sit down and like maybe have a cup of coffee with her, Adele.
Yes, I'm. The music's not my favorite thing. I'm going to be honest. I'm more into "About Damn Time" by Lizzo on this, or "As It Were" by Harry Styles. But good that they kind of spread the awards out a little bit. So that was cool. The best pop duo and group performance is next, right, Alex?
Yes, sir. Unholy by Sam Smith and Kim Petras.
There you go.
They kill it.
Yes, the acceptance speech was memorable to say the least.
Yes.
Kim Petras, being the first transgender person to win a Grammy, was so iconic and memorable, and their performance
was
of Unholy
unholy.
Which was, quote, a satanic ritual.
It was a satanic ritual.
It was a satanic ritual.
We are making fun of the Fox News pundits that have been going like off the walls about this performance.
Listen,
for like
man,
no reason.
You know what? If I can interject,
Must you?
I must, because this is why. Luke, at one point, there was a video that was released that was basically like, a news organization that was just like talking about Beyonce, and they were talking about how Beyonce sends this like wrong, like sexualized image to like young people, and like what does that mean, and the implications of that, and like all of that stuff. And then they were like, and here's Ted Nugent playing Cat Scratch Fever, and it's like, people, listen to me right now. Listen to me very, very closely. What was Black Sabbath do? Like, enough with this, like, satanic panic thing, okay? Yes, is it, like, this big satanic thing on, like, the world stage at the Grammys? Sure. Sure it is. But let me just tell you right now, people. Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil in the 1930s. The devil is part of rock and roll, whether you like it or not, and you're just going to have to deal with it. Because if you're not listening to gospel music, then everything else is satanic. Okay? So, like, let's just get over
Also,
the satanic thing
I would
already.
like to bring into a moment of maybe the meaning of the song and the imagery a little bit further. If you are to step back a little bit, those are two peoples who are presenting themselves in ways that have not been accepted by society for a very long time, in very accepting ways, and still aren't in a lot of ways today, in this moment.
Yeah.
So I feel like what they were doing there was playing with the very American image of religion and that, and the way that they have been demonized for wanting to live their lives in the way they want to live. And I feel like as an American, you should be able to live your life the way you want to in any kind of way. So I think they were playing with the imagery and how they had been persecuted in the past of being like, you've called me a devil, and like, you know what I mean?
So now I'm going to dress up like the devil.
Right. And so it's
Yeah.
a bit fun with that. And also the song is about being unholy, and like we all know it's fun and like sexual romp. It's like, you know.
Overall, though, great
Yeah.
performance.
Yes, amazing performance. And yeah, so I feel like there is like artistic way to look at that and not the satanic panic way to look at that. It's not
Yeah.
1992 anymore. Let's move on. Different category, great performance. Love
Best,
their win.
Moving on, best traditional pop vocal album. We'll go by quick. Higher by Michael Bublé. Michael Ray's
This is
Oh,
the
Bublé.
this is the traditional album.
Bubbly, please sponsor us.
Bubbly, come on.
Please, I love your drinks.
Or Michael Bublé. I'll take
Or-
a sponsorship
both,
from you,
yep,
too.
Yep.
We want polar. We want polar.
We do want polar. We want
New England
Bubbly
boys.
is a of the-
Satanic ritual.
is a
polar. You want to talk about the real devils of the
is
world.
the PepsiCo
Kidding.
Corporation.
Yeah.
It's not
Continue
nice.
Good seltzer, though.
Best
So-
pop vocal album. This went to Harry's House, Harry Styles.
Yes. So that was
Big
2
one.
for him.
This I feel like was another category. Like Harry Styles had already won like a lot of awards. This he probably could have not been nominated for this. Maybe like
Yep.
best pop vocal. Maybe like Beyonce like could have been nominated in this and like maybe won that
Or-
award. So I just want to put that out there, especially because she's a really big pop artist.
Next section, though, dance electronic. Beyonce swept the street with it.
And R&B.
And R&B, but looking at just dance and electronic, she won both ones in that category, which are best dance electronic recording and best dance electronic album.
Music album.
Yes, and as these are going by of albums that we reviewed, I'm going to like link all of them up. So be on the lookout for all these little links in this episode.
Yeah.
Big one for somebody we love here too, Jeff, Snarky Puppy.
Oh, yes.
Best contemporary instrumental album, Empire Central.
Yes.
Yes, and
Phenomenal.
we covered
Congratulations to Michael League and all the Snarky Puppy members.
Looking into rock, best rock performance goes to Brandi Carlile's Broken Horses.
that. Who also performed, right?
Yes,
And her,
also had a performance.
Her children introduced her, which was really cool.
Very nice. Her children and her wife. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Very
cool.
nice.
Sad, it went up against Patient Number 9, but
Yeah. What can you do?
Lost out, but
Jeff Beck. It's a Jeff Beck song. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well. What can you do? Rest in peace, Jeff Beck.
Best metal performance goes to Ozzy Osbourne featuring Tony Iommi.
This was a weird one to me because it's like this is the
Degradation
one that you pick
rules.
off the record. This was like my least favorite track on the album, and then it won it too. I'm like, that song sucks. Like, no disrespect to Tony Iommi or to Ozzy, but I'm like, it's the worst track on the album.
This was-
Patient Number 9 is clearly the better song. Why didn't they not?
Or any of the Wild songs.
this
Yeah,
was,
the Wild
this
songs are great,
wasn't-
too.
Yeah, Degradation Rules was also that song about explicit wanking. Which
Oh,
is weird.
degradate, masturbation. Yeah, this one won a goddamn award. What's wrong with
That
you?
song won a fucking Grammy. The vocal, the chorus to this vocal
on.
is degradation, masturbation.
I don't know,
it's-
inflation. Who gives a shit?
This is also Taylor Hawkins wrote some of the song as well.
Oh, now I feel like an asshole.
Well, you shouldn't. He wrote. I believe he contributed the line about Pornhub in it. So
well, there you go.
And Ozzy
the
didn't-
best line of the song. clearly.
So
Well,
very
back,
funny.
Back to this best rock song comes back to Brandi Carlile with Broken Horses.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Phenomenal
I saw
album.
that
I
too.
think you guys mentioned that this was one of your favorite albums of last year as well.
I believe Jeff
Yes.
threw that one out.
Yep.
Best rock album went to patient number 9, Ozzy Osbourne.
Let's
Cool.
go, baby. At least he got the
You got
full
something,
album.
you know.
He got
Knock it
2.
down.
That was 2.
Quickly moving through some of these. Alternative, best alternative music performance went to Chase Long, Wet Leg. That's a big one. It went
I
up
love Wet
against-
Leg.
Chase
Shout out,
Lounge.
Shout out.
Is it
Wet
it's
Leg.
Lounge?
Yeah, a Chase Lounge. It's like a piece of furniture.
It's spelt wrong on this page. I apologize.
It might be spelled wrong because that might be like the kind of furniture it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure.
But yeah, Wet
Yeah.
Leg
typo.
swept the alternative category. Like,
Indeed.
Which is cool. Good for them. They have a great NPR like Tiny Desk at Home concert. That's definitely worth watching. I highly recommend it. It was very good.
Big Thief, Bjork would have been cool a little bit. So
Yeah, well,
a little bit of bummer there.
Ah.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on,
R&B
moving on.
category.
R&B. Best R&B performance went to Hers and Hers, Mooney Long. I don't know that album,
I don't know.
unfortunately.
Cool.
I
Me neither.
apologize. Best traditional R&B performance, Beyonce.
Beyonce,
Plastic
Queen
Off the
Bee.
Sofa.
Very cool.
Yep.
Best R&B song,
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Cuff it.
There we go.
Great
Best
tune.
progressive R&B album, Gemini Rights, Steve Lacy. Not
Don't
sure
know
if we
it.
reviewed that one.
I think Jeff is a fan.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Where's Jeff when you need him?
Where's Jeff when you need him?
He's out of town.
But yeah, let's the rap category.
Yep. Best rap performance, The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar.
The man himself, Kendrick
Salute you.
Lamar.
Best melodic rap performance.
Whatever that means.
Went to Future for Wait For You. I do know the song. It's okay. I think the Kendrick song in this category is a little bit better. Die Hard.
Yeah.
I don't think Jack Harlow won that either. Best rap song, The Heart Part 5. Once again, he sweeps it there.
Right on.
And then best rap album goes to Kendrick
Kendrick
Mr.
Lamar.
Morale and The Big Steppers. Great album.
Hell
yes. Very cool.
Didn't
We
try.
reviewed that as well.
We did.
And we're not going to go really into further any more categories. There's like country and stuff, but you know,
Yeah.
we covered
Gospel?
we cover the big ones for you. If you wish, Alex, we'll do a separate episode for you about gospel. So moving on, the performances at the Grammys, we've
Yep.
covered some of them, but Bad Bunny opened up the show.
Got everybody dancing early on.
Yes, it was a cool performance. People seemed into it. Taylor Swift was dancing. Everybody seemed really happy and excited, and it seemed like a really uplifting beginning to the show, which has, maybe like not been so like exciting in the past. Trevor Noah hosted the show, and he maybe laid some good or bad jokes. You liked one or did not like one in particular?
Yeah, he interviewed Taylor Swift briefly and was like, "Oh, is there? We're really excited because of the things that you're doing with Ticketmaster, blah blah blah. Is there anything your Swifties can't do?" And she's like, "No, they do whatever they want, blah blah blah." He's like, "Well, can you help them lower the price of eggs?" So hold on one second.
We got it pulled up on the screen here.
Okay.
Fans in the world. I mean, what they did with Ticketmaster, what they might do for artists all over the world, what they might do for fans who want to go to concerts is amazing. I just wonder, once they're done with this, can you get them to handle the price of eggs?
There's really nothing that they can't accomplish.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, they'll get on it. Just let them know what you need.
Swifties, price of eggs down. You go after those chickens.
What a joke falling on
well,
its
there you
face.
have it. Anyway, let's get back to this show that has nothing to do with eggs.
That was weird. In this economy,
In this economy, this is my thing. Trevor Noah, that's fine if you want to have like a comedian host. Hosts
We
come and
were-
go and all that stuff. But
we
we're
were
talking.
thinking-
Why wouldn't you choose like a legacy artist to host?
a fun musician.
fun musician.
Why doesn't Bootsy Collins host the
Bootsy
Grammys?
Collins should host the Grammys.
Why doesn't Bootsy Collins host the Grammys?
Yeah, what's up, Bubba Bubbas?
Yeah, he's like, it's Bootsy, baby.
It's
Who
Bootsy,
won the
baby.
award?
Ooh.
That would be amazing. Bootsy Collins should host the Grammys.
Yeah, or like Weird Al, or like
speaking of
you know?
great artists who should be recognized more, the hip hop tribute was amazing. 50 years of hip hop, right, is what the kind of tribute was, and this was put on by Questlove, and he got a lot of people together. You got Eric B. There was Salt and Pepper. There was LL Cool J. There was Busta Rhymes. There was who else was there?
Salt and Pepper, Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott
that was a big one. That
was
was a
another
great
one I didn't
performance.
mention.
Lil Uzi Vert did a thing with God. Why am I LL Cool J?
Jazzy Jeff was there.
Jesse Jeff was there. Method Man was there.
Run DMC.
Big
Run
Boy.
DMC.
Rakim.
We named a lot of them.
That was a lot of them.
That was a lot of them. And
Yeah.
it was really cool and actually played off really well. It would have been cool if it was longer and there was some people left out, but
yeah.
that was cool. It was awesome.
Jay-Z's face the whole time was fantastic. He was like, my God, it's my heroes all on stage together.
Busta Rhymes.
the Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes
performance.
killing it, showing people what
Absolutely
Busta, he's the man. I love Busta Rhymes.
So and Jay-Z's when it pans
Oh.
to Jay-Z's face during that moment, he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I know. It's fantastic. Also, a quick shout out to Dr. Dre for getting his own award, the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award.
brought to you by Beats headphones.
By Beats headphones. The award is named after him, and of course, he's the first winner of this new award. So, where that award goes, henceforth, we'll see what direction they're going to take it in. But Dr. Dre has his own
Also,
award, so that's cool.
Rock on.
Ben Affleck.
Oh wait,
Oh.
give me the rest of the performances first. Who else performed? I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want to leave it out.
Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I do. Lizzo performed. Harry Styles performed.
Yes.
Stevie Wonder.
Oh, Stevie Wonder
That
with,
was it. Okay.
with Chris Stapleton doing
Yep.
the Motown thing.
Thank
and,
you. The tribute
the-
to Smokey Robinson and,
and the
Berry
f-
Gordy.
And the four sons of the member of Boyz II Men that escaped me, but the backup singers on the right-hand side, right behind
Yes.
Stevie Wonder, are one of the members of Boyz II Men's four sons.
That's
So
very cool.
That's pretty dope.
Yes,
yeah.
and they sang great, and they did a medley of like Motown hits.
And they were doing like
um,
synchronized dances and shit. It was cool.
Yeah, Chris Stapleton was there too,
Yeah, Chris
during,
Stapleton
and it
was
was a
there as
tribute
well.
to Smokey Robinson, Berry
Yeah,
Gordy.
the Smoke Show.
It was really, really cool. The Smoke Show. Look out for gasms coming your way to a record store near you.
Those piercing blue eyes.
Piercing blue eyes.
Baby blues.
So yeah, and who was the other performance?
There was Luke Combs, country artist.
Oh,
oh,
Harry.
yeah, Luke Combs.
Harry Styles also performed,
Harry
which I
Styles.
mentioned was a bit lackluster.
Kim
Lizzo
Petras and Sam Smith doing Unholy. We said
was
that, though.
awesome, and
Yeah.
Lizzo. So those are the performances, and then
Yeah. Oh, Jay-Z with DJ Khaled and oh crap, who else was
DJ
it?
Khaled, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, John Legend, Friday.
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
Another great performance. So yeah,
it was
a
some of the
wild night.
performances, like we said, were so-so.
Yeah.
Hip hop, awesome.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you heard
Great
us.
Grammys.
Yeah, you heard us say the ones we liked.
great
Let's
Grammys.
talk about Ben Affleck's bored ass face
Yeah,
during
just
the
to wrap
ceremony.
up, just to end the Grammys discussion, Ben Affleck looking like somebody kicked his puppy. Jennifer Lopez pretty clearly scolding him.
Aw.
Oh, we got the very dramatic.
That is all right.
We can play that because that audio's not what
This is so
just
good.
looks
I
so
love this
sad.
so
Oh, he
much.
looks so sad. And then there was one point where like they panned to them during someone's performance. I can't remember whose performance it is. And Ben Affleck's just sitting there looking like, Jesus Christ, somebody kill me. It's the funniest thing ever.
Here we go.
Yeah, poor Ben. Yeah, look at it. Every picture. Jennifer Lopez just looking radiant as a full moon in
just
a
wants to
winter
go
sky, and Ben Affleck's over there looking like he'd rather be at Dunkin' Donuts.
Can you please give
Oh,
us...
and that's a good topic too. Dunkin' Donuts
Tweeted
back
back
that
at
they
him.
would
Did you
be
see that?
there for him.
Yes, we will put that tweet up right here.
Yeah, put that tweet up. It's so funny. Yeah.
Also, I would like to point out when Adele... Was it Adele met
Oh,
The Rock?
Adele met The Rock.
Yep.
Adele met The Rock.
Adele
That was
met The Rock.
Another fun moment. Artist and I guess just like superstar.
And then The Rock also presented when she won
award.
one of her awards. Yeah, so
Momentarily.
I think just the one. Sorry.
yes, and
Her awards.
introduced
Like,
her
Come on
as...
up here, best friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And The Rock's mom got in a car accident.
I know.
right
I heard about
before.
that. She's okay though. She's
Bummer.
okay. He had commented on it saying, that what's play? Oh,
Yep.
saying that his mother called him and then handed the phone off to the EMT, and he said to the EMT, "I'm Dwayne Johnson," and the EMT promptly responded, "Oh no, we know your mom's been talking about how her son is The Rock the entire time."
So that was very,
Oh, yeah.
very cool.
Trevor Noah.
First time ever.
Oh.
All right, you two get acquainted. We're going to keep the show moving.
Okay.
All right.
So Trevor Noah introduced them. Okay.
Very cute.
I love this. Great moment.
Great moment.
God,
Adele.
The Rock is gigantic.
Adele,
I saw them hugging.
are you married?
Are you married?
Are you
Probably.
married? I don't know.
Probably.
Let the people know. Anyway,
So
so there you have it.
Do you have any Grammy moments that you think we missed? Tell us about it in the comments.
Let us know.
We disagreed with. Tell us in the comments. Let us know. How is our Grammy coverage? This has been the 65th annual Grammys, and this has been your first annual Get in the Garage Grammy coverage.
Yes. Oh wait, that's the Olympics theme that I was singing.
I was just going random. This has been the Grammy coverage.
Yeah, let's take a quick break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna hit you with that Shania Twain record too. So stick around, fellas. Welcome back, everybody, to Get in the Garage.
We're the music podcast.
For music lovers.
We have Alex sitting in with us for round 2 for our new album review. He
Hi,
is joined
Alex.
Here. Hello, Alex.
gentlemen.
We're excited to have you.
Yes,
glad to be
yes,
here.
yes,
It's a great
indeed.
day.
Get you warmed up and, in front of the camera here.
And we are going to have our Get in the Garage album review segment.
New album review. This week we are reviewing Shania Twain's 6th studio album. It is called Queen of Me. It is her follow-up to her comeback record released in 2017. Full of high highs and low lows. We'll get into it, but just a little bit of backstory. Shania Twain is from, I think, Ontario, Canada. She spent most of her youth singing in smoky bars. Her mother would sneak her out when she was a child and stuff, where her father was sleeping, and she'd be singing in all these bars. Long life of music. Huge in the country music scene, but then also smashed through and made her way as an international pop superstar, I would say, with a little bit of a country twang.
Yes, with her album Come On Over,
Yeah, Come On Over.
1997.
That's the one.
The 12th best-selling album in the United States ever.
Chances are your mom had it in her car in 1997.
There's probably a copy rotting in your home right now.
Yeah, somewhere in your basement, there's a waterlogged booklet from the Come On Over CD.
So, yes, that was a giant record, and with producer Mutt Lange was,
Notably,
into
Def Leppard, sorry,
Leppard, thank you.
AC/DC.
Yes, a bunch of great rock albums on Metallica. No, not Metallica, I'm sorry.
No, that was Bob Rock.
Thank you.
How dare you disrespect Bob Rock that way?
How dare I confuse two balding men that look the same? So anyway, we have Come On Over, The Blast and Superstardom. She released Up, which was a 3 pop album, country world album.
First time it was ever done, I believe.
Yes, a album released 3 ways, 1 country, 1 pop, and 1 world, which was interesting. And then she took a long break because she was battling Lyme disease.
Yeah, so around about the same time. So she, her and Mutt Lange had her child. That was around Up. And shortly thereafter, she went through a divorce. And then she also contracted Lyme's disease, which had a really bad effect on her vocal cords, which made it very difficult for her to control her voice. Yep. And I believe... there's a medical diagnosis for that when you lose control of your vocal cords. So yeah, she took a little bit of a break, and she's back. I mean, she's been back since 2017, but
her voice has changed.
Her voice has changed quite a bit, I would say. And in 2022, last year, there was a documentary released about her on Netflix, which kind of goes through the history. I highly recommend watching it if you're a Shania Twain fan. I consider myself a Shania Twain fan, and I really did enjoy watching the documentary. And it leads up, spanning her entire career up until present day, where she's in the studio and she's working. I think 2 of the tracks from this record are featured on that documentary as well. And it leads you up to present day. Very, very interesting documentary. I highly recommend watching it. So
that leads us into the actual album. The album Queen of Me, which was released last Friday. This is a pop-facing album.
For sure.
She's kind of left her country days behind. The 2017 release was also mostly pop-facing. But this is more kind of up-tempo numbers. A lot of positive sayings. A lot of... you go.
It's anthemy.
To say the least. So she's clearly left her country roots behind, except on the lead-off track, Giddy Up, which is a electro pop kind of dance number with like acoustic guitars.
Yeah, and some country-ish
Flavor.
leanings. Yeah.
Flavor.
It's the top song on the album itself, most plays so far, according to all streaming services.
I think it's a song I connect with pretty well, and I'd say that's like mostly where it kind of ends in its countryness. It has some of these acoustic guitar tracks, but it's always kind of underlaid with like a more danceable vibe. There are some moments that aren't like that, and we'll get into it, but what'd you guys think of this?
I have to be honest with you. I found this album to be kind of a downer. I mean, it's 36 minutes long, just over 36 minutes long, so it's not like it's an album that goes on forever where you're just like, please, I want this to be over. So I did enjoy that. It's 12 songs. I mean, if you want my personal opinion, here's the thing. There's a lot of pop things that she is trying to do on this record that feels a bit dated. And also, I just felt like I would have rather that she proved herself as a legacy country artist. Listen, man, Shania Twain, yes, she broke through. She merged country and pop music. She became an international superstar and all that stuff. But for me, it's like the pop thing, and not that country doesn't do this too, but the pop is, everything is so fast moving. You know what I mean? And like to be up to date and to be on top of it and be in the conversation as far as like the greatest pop music writers and stuff. It's kind of a feat in itself. Country music is where her roots are. That's where she comes from. I just would have preferred maybe something a little bit more like later in life Johnny Cash-esque thing, where it's like, her voice is a little bit more scruff or a little bit more,
Loretta Lynn did those albums with Jack White and
right.
Daughter
Do
and
something
stuff,
interesting
right?
like that. This was kind of like her go at a full out pop album. She's really abandoned the country stuff
Well,
on
let's
here.
talk
and I
Is it that time yet though for her to make that comeback? Like,
Well,
spiritual
that might be a bit later, and like that was like that's more of like a last act kind of thing. She's definitely not there.
No,
so
yeah.
that is
she still got pipes.
that is to be said.
Yeah.
She can still sing. It's a different voice that we're used to. I'm gonna say this about this album. I think they did her a disfavor in a lot of ways in the way that they auto-tuned her voice, and I feel like I can deal with a matured voice, a voice that sounds a bit different, and I feel like a lot of fans are more forgiving or more willing to listen to a voice that they're not that has changed throughout the years. And I feel like they're willing to grow with her. I feel like the auto-tune on this really masks in a lot of weird ways that aren't appropriate. Let's talk about the really pop nature of this record. Songs like Pretty Liar on here are big kind of different movements that we've seen from Shania Twain. The chorus of the song is "You're such a fucking liar. Your pants are on fire. You're higher and higher. You're such a liar."
That track specifically, the only explicit song in the album.
Yes,
It's the only one that was released explicit, and it's one of the least played songs on the album on streaming services.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it has the craziest sexual innuendo in the song.
Oh, please. Alex, because I was going to shout it out.
Yeah, I think, or what is it, like, you have a big gun, I think you're ready to come.
Yes.
It's like, I was listening to this on lunch
And
the
it
other day,
made
and
you
I was
go,
like,
oh.
I was not ready for it. And
Right, okay. And
it was too much.
We listen to explicit stuff all the time.
Yeah,
that
all
does
the
not
time.
bug us in the least bit, right?
Yeah.
It's like whatever. But it feels inappropriate from Shania Twain,
it
or
just,
like,
it blew
or like
my
out of
socks off.
character. That's what I
Yeah,
mean. It
yeah,
feels like
out
out
of
of
character.
It feels like when she's saying "fuck," it feels like
Yep.
it's the first time she's ever said "fuck," and that's not cool. Everybody knows that's not cool. So like, it's either you say "fuck" all the
Yeah.
time, like it comes out of your mouth, like it's every other word, and that's fine and
Shania
cool,
Twain,
and it's in your
it's like-
vocabulary,
yeah.
or because she's singing like it just feels weird.
It's icky.
And to note also that song feels like a Meghan Trainor song that came out like
Oh,
10 years ago as well. So for me, it's not really artistically fruitful. What did you have any of the crazy like pop stuff on here that you thought was a bit like, wow, that's different?
I mean, I wrote like I mean, you have the song like Brand New. It's the second track on the album. I'm like, okay, you basically rewrote a Taylor Swift song. Even Waking Up Dreaming, which is the song right after that, strong Harry Styles vibes on that.
Oh, that sounds like As It Were a little bit. Like,
yeah,
kind of has the same beat going on to it.
Queen of Me was, I mean, I appreciate the sentiment of that. I love that harp intro. That was fun. Last Day of Summer, I felt like that was kind of like a more mature
I like
thing,
that. It kind of it had like that new pop kind of flavor to it, and it was a bit like kind of like blandy lyrics, but the feel of the song was more like where I thought was kind of interesting. It was a bit like like a little bit like Doobie Brothers-y flavor, but not like fully on there. It was
I wrote my most enjoyed track on the album.
I felt that way too because it felt more like
reflection. It was
felt
good,
more honest
good
of her,
vibes.
right?
Great
and
vibes.
it was good vibes on here. So yeah, that was kind of like the stuff that had the more pop stuff. Obviously, Giddy Up is very, very pop, like we talked about,
Snappy,
and throws the country root back. Did you guys? What did you guys think this like? Did you guys like the way she like?
Let me tell you.
All right.
Yeah. How did you feel?
She's either in pain or she's in love. Like, make up your damn mind. To me, I was listening to it and it's like, I want to be independent. I want to be myself.
This is the question I wanted to ask you. I was like, what did you think about the way she themed the record?
Yeah,
like,
it's like half of these I wrote are independent songs, or half of these are I'm in love and I want you, and I'm like. Make Shania Twain, make up your damn mind for the love of God.
See,
she's confused.
Go to therapy.
She's confused.
For me, I kind of like think she spoke like really like deep and truly in her past albums to a certain kind of woman in person in that time. I feel like those are still her fans, and I feel like they can still be like spoken to in a lot of interesting and fun ways. And what I really mean by that is like give me a little bit more of yourself. Before back in the 90s, you were telling me what the best part about being a woman was to you in that moment, and that's what sparked with everybody. They went, "Oh yeah, me too."
Right.
That's how you feel. There's not enough. This is how I really feel about this on this record, and you could tell there's not a lot of like convicted singing. Like she's not blowing anybody off on this record or like in a hard way, and there's not like that energy of like this is really who I am, and I feel like there's a lot of like. I might be kind of going this way and a bit wishy-washy in the styling of the whole album, the thematic role of it.
See, I wish that if she did anything, that she went whole hog on like the Hardest Stone vibe, because to me, that was the most interesting song on the album. That was the album closer.
Yeah.
It had vocal effects, it had keys, it had synthesizer. It kind of went into some strange places, and I was like, yo, if you went whole hog into this, then I feel like that would have been like, oh man, Shania Twain's like doing something interesting here.
Like,
you know what I mean? But this just feels like dated pop to me.
Oh,
like I strongly agree. Like as much as I like Shania Twain as like an artist,
I love Shania
and
Twain.
like a person. This album it just doesn't really hit in like the way I think she can hit and make an album.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it. It kind of lays in that area of she could really just put a lot more into herself, and I think the production on this record, like you said, sound dated. I think she could work with a better producer that could really like bring up the just the way the tracks sound, make them sound more modern or more flavored in a certain way. Before on albums, we had Shania Twain like sampling. I mean, I know it's the production, so I'm Gonna Get You Good has that like Bollywood cool awesome sample in it that like just works great on that song.
And I thought from the song I like the title of this one, Inhale, Exhale, Air. I just want to say just breathe for the love of God.
Dude, did I not say that?
But it was like that one was like a really good one. Like it was just like just let shit go, like be free. And that one had like a really good catch to it where I was like, oh, this has a good chorus where it could be like a TikTok song type of thing. But a lot of the other ones were just like really dated pop songs. I was just like, okay. But I still think relatively songwriting was okay. Production could have been better. And it just wasn't all there for me for her. You look at some of her older, like, female-centric anthems, and you're like, oh, that's not where this is really aiming to be. So I think, similar to Harry Styles' performance, lackluster.
Yeah, and I think the thing too is like, I think you also have to take into consideration the fact that, like, she's a different person now than she was back then. You know what I mean? And like, she's gone through these life things, and with a dysphonia is what that's called, with your vocal cords. In her battle with Lyme disease, and then the Mutt Lange thing and all that kind of stuff. I just think that it's like, you could have just made like a really raw and vulnerable album, and I think people would have really, really enjoyed that. In other words, I'm just saying, Shania Twain, you don't have to please anybody. You know what I mean? It's like, who are you trying to please? You don't have to please anybody. Just write an album for yourself.
That's what this is, though. It's not pleasing anybody. It's just safe and easy, and it wasn't hard to do.
Yeah, look, there's big choruses. There's all that stuff.
Saying,
and like, she hits all the markings of like a pop album and what you need on a pop album. But it's just like,
Wasn't blow your socks off.
and it's just like, it's like an album full of like leftover pop hits that didn't make the cut. Like, that's just kind of what it feels like, So
Yeah.
it's like, and like I said, man, I love Shania Twain.
And also,
I love her.
I'm going to note, I did read the Pitchfork review, but I also said
yeah.
this to Mike as well. We were talking about legacy artists that have like kind of been in this space before, female giant superstars. I said to Mike after I listened to this, I was like, it's not Cher. Kinda, it's not like Cher's comebacks or like Madonna comeback in the late 90s, and it's not that kind of thing. So that to be noted. I hope the next record is a better record, but it might not make it to my ears because this one was so forgettable.
Yeah, I just hope that whatever the next record is, if there is a next record, that she just finds a producer that will play to her strengths rather than being like, you should just make a pop album.
Final thoughts, Alex?
It was easy come, easy go, as she says in Giddy Up, man. I don't think it was bad. I think she did a good job on it. I just don't think it had like its full potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can
You
you
wanna
read,
mention
Jeff? Let me see. So Jeffrey did weigh in on this record and sent a text, and he says, Shania Twain walked so Taylor Swift could run. Her songwriting is almost as strong today as it was 25 years ago. Her voice has aged, but I like how it sounds. I give this album one strong horse whinny.
Sir, you're on.
Please.
So there you go. Shania Twain, a known equestrian.
Let's give our rating system 1 through 10. Who wants to go first?
Alex, why don't we lead off with you?
Sure. I'll give it like a 7.2 pitchforky.
It's you.
But-
It's you.
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
choose.
It's you, yeah. You can decide.
Yeah, I'd say probably around like a 7.5.
Okay.
That'd be like my fair estimate if we're going whole halves. But I just think I had more to give.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go 6.
Jeez.
I'm a little bit harsher on this record, but it's because I love Shania Twain. Shania Twain was the soundtrack of my childhood, riding around with my mom, and this
true.
record just doesn't really hit the way that Come On Over did. And I know it's kind of an unfair comparison, but like, I know you can do good because you did it again with Up. So,
This might be my worst review on the podcast
Holy
so
jeez.
far. I love Shania Twain. I'm a big fan of her. This record is a 4.7 for me.
Is that lower than White Stripes?
Yes, I believe so. So 4.7.
Yikes.
I just think this album is not that good.
I think it's gonna make great bar music.
Yeah, it's got like the bar anthem thing
That's
about
what I think.
it.
I think it does its
know.
job there. So I give it points there because it's gonna score well there. But maybe on like the more music side, it's kind of a.
I enjoy our disagreement because I feel like we're on the different sides of the spectrum, and I can see how this album is enjoyable to some people.
Yeah.
But
I was
I'm-
doing the dishes. I was like,
I'm
yeah,
s-
giddy up, man.
Listen, can I sing you every chorus on this
No.
record? Definitely can. But it's not my deal, and it's artistically
Yeah.
I want more. So
Yeah.
it's good that we
Respect.
disagree on here. I think we have some varied opinions. And do you
Yeah.
like this record? Do you not like this record? Am I wrong?
Tell us
Is
about
Michael
it in the
wrong?
comments, please.
Is Alex wrong? Who knows?
I'm probably
Is Jeff wrong? We'll see. with his one horse whinny.
Mr. Ed will write in.
Mr. Ed, we're going to consult Mr. Ed about this. Anyway, yes, let us know in the comments below what you think of this Shania Twain record. Also, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share the podcast with all your friends, family, and people who cook. Alex, thank you for sitting in here with us.
Alex, thank
the
you for
last
being
half.
here.
Love to be here.
Thank you for being here. Until next week, guys. This has been Get in the Garage. See you later.
See you later.
Have a good week of school.